Hello all, in this series we are going to cover different ways to do interVLAN routing. Whenever we need to send a traffic from a VLAN to the another VLAN, then we need to perform the interVLAN routing. There are the different ways to achieve this. First, we are going to perform by port based method. In this method, we are going to pick up the individual ports on router or the firewall as a gateway for each of the VLANs. In this lab, we have created the two different VLAN, VLAN 10 and 20. So for VLAN 10, I'm going to assign a particular port as VLAN 10 and pass the packet towards the router. And that interface will be the gateway for the VLAN 10. Similarly, for the VLAN 20 also, I'm going to pick up the individual interface as the gateway of the VLAN 20. Similarly, you need to do the same thing for the other VLANs also. So whenever the PC1 or the VLAN 10 try to make the communication to the VLAN 20 device, first it will send the packet to its gateway through the F0/24 and the router will perform the routing as per its routing table and forward the packet towards the VLAN 20. And similar process will hold for other VLANs also. So as per our lab, let us pick up the two different VLANs and configure it on the switch. Let me pick up the two different devices also for VLAN 10 and 20 respectively. Enable the switch, configure terminal. Let me change the host name. First, let me create the VLANs. VLAN 10 as sales, VLAN 20 as marketing. Still the interfaces are in default VLAN, so let me shift the interface. As per my lab, let me shift any of the interface for VLAN 10 and 20 to assign the device or to connect the device, and F0/24 as VLAN 10 and 23 as VLAN 20. So let's go over here. I want to shift F0/1 and F0/24 for VLAN 10 and 2 and 23 for VLAN 20. F0/1 and 24. Switch port mode SS, switch port SS, VLAN 10. Let me enable the port pass also. Spanning tree, port pass. Also, let me shift F0/2 and F0/23 for VLAN 20. SS, switch port, SS VLAN 20. Spanning tree, port pass. Let me check it out. So here we have shifted the F0/1 and F0/24 to VLAN 10 and 2 and 23 for VLAN 20. Let me connect the device. F0/1, that is for the F0/2. So let me pick up the router to perform the routing. Let me connect F0/24 and gig0/0 for the VLAN 10 gateway, 23 to the gig0/1. So in this lab, I'm going to use gig0/1 as a gig0/0 as gateway for VLAN 10 and gig0/1 as gateway for VLAN 20. So let me assign 192.168.10.1 as gateway for VLAN 10 and 192.168.20.1 as gateway for VLAN 20. Interface gig0/0 will be the gateway of VLAN 10. Let me assign the IP 192.168.10.1 24-bit and let me opt the interface. Similarly, interface gig0/1 will be the gateway of VLAN 20. Address will be 20.1 of 24-bit. So there you can see I have assigned the two different subnet for VLAN 10 and 20. Also, let me enable the DHCP on the router itself. I have excluded the address from the 1 to 9 from the DHCP range. So for VLAN 10, IP DHCP pool VLAN 10 DHCP. The network will be 192.168.10.0. That's of 24-bit. And obviously the default gateway will be 192.168.10.1. For the DNS server, let me assign 4.2.2.2. Also, let me create the DHCP for VLAN 20. Network will be 192.168.20.0. Okay, and the default gateway will be 192.168.20.1. There you can see here we created the DHCP for the VLAN 10 and 20 and also assigned the address as per the respective gateways. So let me try to get the address on VLAN 10 PC. So here you can see I have get the 192.168.10.10 as a gateway 10.1. Also on the VLAN 20 device, there you can see 20.10 I gateway as a 20.1. Let me try to make a communication from the VLAN 10 to the VLAN 20. First, let me try to reach to its respective gateway, that is 10.1. I'm getting the reply. So let me try to reach to the second PC1, that is 192.168.20.1, which is in the VLAN 20. There you can see. Also I can do the transert. First, VLAN 10 will reach to its gateway and then to the respective PC. So this is how we can perform the interVLAN routing by using the port-based method. And further, if you want to perform the NAT and all, then let me treat this as a internet and connect one of the link between them. I'm going to use one of the public address. I'm going to assign 100.1.123.1 of 24-bit. Okay. And also on my side, I'm going to use hundred dot one dot one two three dot two. Okay, so to perform the routing, we are going to create one of the default route so that each of the traffic from the gateway router will send back to the ISP side. Okay, so by default there is no NAT, so we need to perform the NAT. Right now I have to allow two different subnet for the VLAN 10 and 20, and I want to use the address of this interface gig0/2 to translate the internal networks. IPNet inside source list, that is 1, and I want to use the interface gig0/2 for the public address overload. So this is how we can perform the bad port address transition, and gig0/2 will be our outside translation and out to internal interface, that is gig0/0 IPNet inside, and gig0/1 will perform the inside translation. Okay, right now we haven't sent any traffic, so there is no any translations. Let me try to send a traffic to the outside. We are able to get the reply, and if you see the translation, then there you go. 10.10 is using the 100.1.123.2 to reach to the outside public network. So this is how we can perform the interval routing by port-based method, and also in addition we can do the NAT to reach to the internet.